What's up everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. In today's news, Mike Tyson forgets Henry Cejudo. All this went down on a podcast Mike Tyson had with UFC boss Dana White. Here is the clip.
Sterling.
Aljamain Sterling.
Didn't he just fight, who did Sterling just fight? A great fight, what was his name?
Yeah, he just beat,
Henry Cejudo. He fought Henry, right?
yeah, Henry Cejudo.
Yeah,
That's right, Henry Cejudo. Mike knows better than me.
Ilia Topuria's manager responds to claims that Ilia needs to first prove himself before fighting Islam Makhachev. Recently, Islam's manager posted on X saying, Topuria versus Dustin or Charles, contender fight to prove he's a legit lightweight. So we don't have to defeat another small featherweight. We need a big fight that makes sense for everyone. We already gave chances to featherweight champs that were reigning for a long time. Here is what Ilia's manager had in response to the tweet.
Much anymore, I kind of like stated myself, but when certain managers come out there and talk about a guy's too small, shouldn't move up, needs to fight someone else, let's make sure we just get the facts straight. He knocked out Volk in his first opportunity to knock him out. The fight wasn't close. When your client fought Volk, he struggled with him the first time. Don't forget that. Second, he knocks him out, and then he knocks out Max Holloway, who happens to be probably one of the greatest 45ers of all time. I'm not sure why he doesn't deserve a shot at 155. But I don't blame you. I wouldn't want my client to fight Ilia Topuria either.
Is Islam's team trying to duck Ilia, or Ilia is just not deserving of a direct title shot? Let us know what you think in the comments. And before we continue, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Thanks in advance. DC predicts Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev. In a recent podcast with Chael Sonnen, Daniel Cormier weighed in on how this match would go.
He's not a big guy. I don't feel like he's a big guy. So to hear he says he can't make 145 anymore, to me seems a bit odd, because I see Makhachev, I saw Khabib as the champ. Hell, I see Chandler, and dude, Oliveira's massive. These guys are bigger, much bigger than Ilia Topuria.
I don't want him to have the risk of getting beat on day one. I like the idea of Topuria the champion, and I don't know that I'm convinced he can deal with Islam right now. Dale, how do you predict the fellow 55-pounders that are going to play this? I mean, Charles Oliveira better be speaking up, and he better be coming to the table soon if, in fact, Ilia is going to have somebody. Because if he doesn't and Sarukian does start speaking up, all of a sudden it's going to be Topuria versus Sarukian, and Charles is going to be the odd man out. I mean, this is not a skill that Charles has, but he needs to look at this chessboard, and he needs to make his play quickly, and he needs to make it before Arman Sarukian does.
Do you think, just like most, Daniel Cormier is underestimating Ilia Topuria? Share your thoughts on this. Dustin Poirier predicts Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett at UFC 314. Do you agree with Dustin Poirier? Alexander Volkanovski working on his grappling game. The former champ seems to be working hard on leveling up his grappling game, as he was seen in clip training with Aljamain Sterling in preparation for his next fight against Diego Lopez at UFC 314.
Came here and I was like, no, you're not in shape. This is shape. He's in really good shape right now. To be this far out, and to be moving like this is unreal.
Who you got winning this bout? The former champion or Diego Lopez? MVP named the most dangerous strikers in the UFC.
I think you're one of the most dangerous strikers. You're definitely one of the most exciting strikers in the UFC. Who are maybe three other guys that you look at and you say, all right, respect that?
Someone you have to respect is like Pereira. Right now, he's on a killing spree. It's more to do with his power, but at the same time, when you look at some of his like pullbacks, it's almost like very boxing-esque. He's got like a nice pullback and lands his shots really, really well. You can tell it's very well drilled, crazy head movement and fast reactions and like countering people, but also that crazy power as well. Another person I like watching is Sean O'Malley. I feel like even in his striking, he's gotten better and better. So every fight that he seems to get into, even though the competition gets harder and harder, he just looks comfortable in there. So yeah, he's another person I like to watch.
Alex Pereira just shared a therapy footage. Diego Lopes reflects on major rule changes in the UFC.
Foram bem claros com os outros, não disseram que pues já eles não estariam dando chance a la gente de que está brincando de categoría en categoría, ¿no? Si quieres subir de categoría tienes que dejar tu título vagante, ¿no? Eso es lo que UFC ha dicho a todos los campeones que están pensando en subir de categoría. Ya no les van a dar el estatus de doble campeón simultáneo, ¿no? Si va a ser doble campeón va a ser nada más como campeón de 2 categorías, ¿no? Pero yo creo que, ya sabe, al final de cuentas es la decisión de cada quien. Si él siente que ya no tiene nada que hacer en la división, pues bueno, que siga adelante con su carrera, ¿no? Yo sé que en la división tenemos muy buenos peleadores que podrían dar muy buenas peleas contra él. Podríamos hasta ponerle serios problemas y pues hasta ganar también, ¿no? Entonces, si él siente que ya por ganar a Max y a Volk, que son 2 leyendas de la categoría, su trabajo ya está hecho, pues está bien, está en su derecho, pues bueno, que siga.
Jamal Hill finally has words for Yuri Prochaska. Well, it's been a while since we last heard from Jamal, considering the fact that he's one not to miss out in the news this long. But finally he spoke out after his most recent loss to Yuri, and he had a sold message for him. Here is what he had to say.
Obviously, the fight didn't go the way that I wanted it to. Got to give a shout out to Yuri. He made great adjustments. He looked really good. Brought in some new elements to his game. Wasn't able to get the win. Ultimately, just had fun out there. I really had a good time. Enjoyed the fight. It was a war. Went back and forth. Former champions. Hopefully, we delivered. I appreciate all the love and support that's been outpoured and thoughts on the fight. Good opponent. Haven't really been able to be in the fights as much as I want to over the last couple years since I won the title due to injury and things like that. I felt like comfortability was a little off, didn't really get into my rhythm, didn't really get into my flow. Still showed up, I'm still game. I'm still one of those guys like that whenever it comes to fighting, but would have liked to have been a little bit more locked in. I wish that it hadn't been stopped. That's one thing I will say. It was a good shot. I went down and he was swinging to finish, but I felt like I had covered up, pinpointed the position where he was punching, and pushed back into him, kind of knocked him off his balance. Was doing kind of the same things I did earlier in the fight to get up, and I don't know, the ref just felt like it was time to stop it. It was time for him to step in. Didn't really care for it. Kind of like the Izzy fight. The week or two after my fight, he can see where it was stopped, and also I can see where it was stopped. But I felt like the former champ was working his way. He got caught. He got hit with a good shot, and you let him deal with some adversity or go out on the shield. I would have liked to go out on my shield. If he's gonna put me out, that it is what it is at that point. I know what I signed up for. As I said, dealing with things and stuff like that going into the fight. Absolutely no excuse. I felt like I was in a position to come out and get my hand raised. I banked it all on myself, went out there, and ultimately I just came up short.
Is this a bunch of excuses from Jamal Hill, or should we reason with him on this? Let me know what you think by leaving a comment. Is Islam Makhachev scared of Ilia Topuria? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. And that wraps up today's MMA news. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to MMA Lad and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to catch up.